Hello everybody, welcome back to Knife Microphone. My name is Ben Haddon, this is Ben Haddon Golf, this is my dog Finn, and today we have a new series for you guys. It is called Hardest Hole, Highest Handicap Hole at Blank Course. That's the working title. It's a terrible title. If you have an idea for a more crunchy title, a better title, ooh, big stretch. Big stretch. If you have an idea for a better title, please drop it in the comments. I will steal it and I will use it in future videos. Basically what it means is every time I go play a particularly hard golf course, a notable course, or even just a course that has a special place in my heart, I'm going to film myself playing the hardest hole in the course and the highest handicap hole. Now I know what you're wondering. Ben, shouldn't that just be the same thing? And the answer is no, and thank you for asking because I love mansplaining the handicap system. Basically, when course raters go out to a golf course, when they establish the highest handicap to the lowest handicap hole, they are not looking for the highest scoring average. Instead, what they're looking for is the hole that has the largest disparity from a low handicapper to a high handicapper, which means that the hardest hole in the golf course could just be hard for everybody. So a high handicapper is not going to get a break on that hole versus a low handicapper because they're both going to make bogey anyway, so what does it matter? But if it's a hole where a better player is going to make par a lot and a bad player is going to make bogey a lot, a stroke there makes sense. I'll get more into what that means and what you might look for when establishing what's a high handicap hole in a golf course when we get to that point in the video. But for now, I would like to kick it to the course that we are playing. It's a awesome place about 674 miles from my dog Finny here in Houston, Texas, called Lochinvar Country Club. You might recognize the logo from Tiger's shirt when he won the '96 US Am. He was wearing a red polo shirt, and it is now featured in the clubhouse along with a bunch of other fantastic artwork that we'll touch on later in this video. And you might remember also from that year, he was wearing a 1996 US Am hat in the 1996 US Am. Tiger, please never change. Now, without further ado, let's kick it to the host of my wonderful experience at Lochinvar Golf Club. We have Michael Milstead. He's a college golfer, a good player in his own right, and he's going to tell me what he believes to be the hardest hole at Lochinvar Golf Club, and then we're going to consult the scorecard to figure out the highest handicap. Let's do it. Michael, what's the hardest hole on the golf course?
To me, number 10 is probably the hardest hole. First hole, the back nine, it's a dog leg left a little bit, and for me, I hit a cut, and there's a tree in front of the green. I just think it's pretty difficult to start off on the back nine, so I'd have to go with number 10.
Well, let's go play number 10.
Great ball. All right, here we are, number 10. So, like Michael said, he's a fade player, so it makes this hole tough. I'm also a fade player, so that doesn't help. But what does help is there's like a 25-mile-an-hour wind today, and on this hole, it's helping me get that little draw. So I'm going to start this thing at that tall tree and kind of let it turn over. I think that should be pretty good if I can pull it off. That should be pretty good. I kind of nuked that. And we might have nerfed this hole a little bit with that drive. This is 102 to the flag. It's also the easiest pin location, they're telling me. If you want to zoom in on the back left portion of the green, it's fully covered by that evergreen. So we're really getting away with this hole pretty easy today. I got a nice little flip wedge into it, and it's an easy pin. But we'll try to take advantage, get this video off to a good start. I should say that I haven't made a birdie yet today, so my chances are extremely high right now. Spin. Oh, no spin. Unfortunate. All right, we got to putt at it. These greens have been giving me fits today. I've had a hard time reading them, but I can see that this is definitely going to move to the left. So it's a little bit easier than all the other putts. They look like they're just not going to break. You have to almost guess. This one's definitely going to move from right to left. It's downhill. See the picture, just got to paint it. Oh, I did not leave it short. All right, bummer. All right, The journey continues. Starting off with a par, not bad. As Michael says, this is the number 2 handicap hole, so I figure in these videos I'll do 2 holes per course. One, the hardest hole, and then one, the highest handicap hole. This is number 2. Number 3 handicap hole is actually, or number 1 handicap hole is number 3. It's actually right here, and I forgot to film it, so that's my bad. You get, I would argue, a better option here. This is number 12, the number 2 handicap hole. Jack Nicklaus said one of his favorite short par 4s, he would put it in his top 18. It's fantasy 18. This goes in his top 18. So that's pretty cool.
A couple more things on Jack. Here's his locker at Lochinvar. Jack Nicklaus actually designed this course, and as we can see here, big as ever in the dining room, this painting of Jack hitting a putt on the 12th green. In true Jack Nicklaus fashion, he's larger than life, stroking a birdie putt into the front left hole location.
So we're gonna play it for Jack. We're gonna do it for him. I'm gonna take a 2-iron up here. I'm gonna respect the hole, play it the way it's meant to be played. Take a 2-iron right at these bunkers. Thank you. The members are telling me it's a good ball, so it must be a good ball. Okay, got 117 here. Looks like this pin is pretty close to that bunker, so I'm not gonna flirt with it too much. And if there's any justice in the world, this thing will not spin like my 54 degree on 10. So we're gonna take a nice smooth 54 degree, feels like it's a little bit downwind. Is that probably about right? A little bit downwind. I'm gonna choke down on a 54 degree, smooth one out there. Try and stuff one close for Jack.
This is probably the point in the video where you're wondering about the handicap system, because this hole, based on what we've seen, is way easier than number 10. Let's look at the differences, okay? What makes this a 2 handicap hole and what makes 10 a 7 handicap hole, despite the scoring average on 10 probably being a little bit higher? Let's go back to the tee shot here on 12. So when we take a look at this tee shot, we have off to the right, we have a bunch of pretty deep bunkers. And off to the left, it's a dogleg left, so if somebody misses this fairway in either direction, they're way worse off than somebody who's going to hit this fairway. A 275-yard shot down the middle of the fairway is not going to be a problem for a low handicapper. Somebody who's a 0, 1, 2, 3 handicapper is going to hit this fairway just about every time. If you're a 10, 11, 12 handicapper, hitting a 270-yard shot into the fairway is considerably harder. If we go back to number 10 on that tee shot, hitting a 320-yard shot into the fairway to give yourself a 54-degree wedge is going to be a whole lot harder for everybody. Everybody's going to have trouble with that shot. If it's hard for everybody, it's not going to be a low handicap hole because everybody's going to make bogey. When we go to my second shot here on 10, I am hitting out of the fairway from 115 yards out. And it is a pretty easy pin here. But if we get this pin over here on the left, like I was talking about, that's just hard for everybody. It doesn't matter if you're a 1, 2, or 3 handicap or a 10, 11, 12 handicap. It's just hard to get a ball to stick on that left side of the green when there's an evergreen hanging over that side of the green. But if we go to 12 here, and I want you to imagine a 10, 11, 12 handicapper staring down this golf shot right here. Now, this is mayhem for a 10, 11, 12. We got a bunker long of the green. We got a creek short of the green, so you got a force carry. Force carries always make the hole harder for high handicappers and easier for low handicappers comparatively. Because a low handicapper, a 0, 1, 2, 3, isn't even looking at that creek. They might be thinking, I'm going to hit a shot 1 or 2 yards farther to guarantee I cover it. But a low handicapper, man, they might be used to running one up on the green, you know, hitting a worm burner and running it up on the green. You can't do that here. So you've lost an option if you're a high handicapper. So that's what the difference is between a high handicap hole and a low handicap hole. I know this is an easier hole. I want you to think about 10 to 15 handicappers' chances in this hole versus a 1 to 3. That's the difference. Sit. All right, that ought to work. Let's knock that thing in. Philip, that is a perfect angle, my friend. That is excellent. All right. I got this like a cup out to the left. Just not a whole lot of movement here. If I can dodge the leaves, we'll be in good shape.
Maybe.
No.
Sir!
I really was wanting that to go in because I was going to do the yes, sir, and then put the...
Maybe.
Whatever.
Yes, sir!
Thank you guys for tuning into the first video of this series. If you want to see more like it, please drop a like, share it with a friend, subscribe to the channel, blow this thing up so this series can gain some traction. I really want to do some more videos like this, but it's got to perform if I'm going to put the time in to actually produce more of them. If you want to see more golf content like this, I've got a ton on my channel, so subscribe, drop a like on this video, and then head over and watch a bunch of other videos. If you have been watching a bunch of my videos, if you've been benching them or whatever, consider subscribing to my Patreon. You get early access to all my videos, including this one. This one actually is on Patreon early, and if you're on Patreon watching this video early right now, thank you so much for supporting the channel. I really appreciate you. Love you guys, and I will see you in the next one.